Hey guys, what is up? USK12 here, and today we are back with another Gekishin Squadra YouTube video. Today I'm going to be making a tier list on every unit in Season 0 before the Season 1 patch that releases in 2 days from when I'm recording this, which is Wednesday or Tuesday 11 p.m. PST, very late at night. I won't be able to stream, however I will be dropping a Son Goku Super Saiyan 3 video day 1 for sure. I will be buying him, I will be using him day 1. I'll get that out as soon as possible for you guys. Gonna live stream it, everything. Either way, super hyped. I've played this game a very extensive amount. I currently have over 52 hours in the game, and the game's only been out for a bit less than 2 weeks at this point. Yeah, currently I have 54 hours. I've had a lot of fun. I've had a lot of experience. I've watched a lot of gameplay. I've learned a lot of things to make sure I actually know what I'm doing. I've tried most of the characters that are available. I haven't bought anyone yet, so for example, I don't have characters like the Gammas, I don't have Android 18, I haven't used Cell, I haven't used Baby, I haven't used Bojack, I have not used Cooler yet, and I have not used Hit or Oob. So there's a few characters that I still haven't used. However, outside of them, I've seen a pretty good amount of gameplay. I've seen what a lot of other people have to say. The only characters that I feel like really struggle are Bojack and Boo. I'll explain why later. I think I'll go top to bottom. No, I'll go bottom to top. We'll just start off with Bojack and Boo. I think the biggest issue with these guys is they like really excel if they get an advantage or they have like a really good position or a really good comp. But the issue is they're not consistent and their abilities are really easy to counter. They either just both of these characters either just get really killed really easily, or they just don't do enough. I think Boo is just way too squishy. His heal is good, but it's only really good early game. It gets out damaged way too hard late game to a point where like being able to for a Boo to be able to do something late game is pretty much impossible. You almost have to speed blitz. His ult is good. Boo's ult is good. And his heal is good early game, but his bubblegum ability is just kind of solid. You have to hit it multiple times, but it only hits one person. And then the dash ability is honestly just kind of fodder later on. Like, it'll do okay, but it's really easy to just knock him back as well. He simply doesn't do enough damage. He doesn't provide as much consistently, and his main ability, the heal, isn't good enough late game. Oops, I just realized this is Bojack. I'm just saying needs buff. Boo could very easily become like a Z tier or like best pick for support, like really easily, if they just, you know, tune up his abilities enough and they actually make his healing good. They give him enough HP, they give him like regen or something, like passive regen. I think he could definitely look really good in the future, but right now he really struggles, especially like compared to these guys. Hit, Krillin, Android 17, Goku and Kale will absolutely destroy him. Dabra will destroy him. Kid Goku or Mini Goku will destroy him. Right, Trunks especially, Trunks and 18 will destroy him. Like, everyone just kind of destroys him. He's not worth running. Bojack is pretty similar. He pretty much doesn't have an ultimate. His ultimate is unbelievably so. It does no damage, and they can just dash behind you and hit you while you use your ultimate. So it becomes really, honestly, the only reason you ever want to use the Bojack ultimate is if you're trying to like really defend off a point from behind a spot where they can't get behind you. It's like behind a barrier. That's the only way I could see it good. And then killing a boss. And even then, killing a boss sometimes is not very good because you can still get nuked out of it. They can just kill you. He doesn't have enough HP. His third ability is really slow, and it doesn't do a lot of damage. The one that has like all the area control, he just doesn't have enough HP, and I don't think he has enough damage. His first and second ability are good. Like, he has good crowd control. He has the best range in the game, right? He's a really good character in like the DPS sense, but he doesn't have the HP to hold it. He doesn't have the mobility to handle it. Right, his ult, he pretty much doesn't have an ult. Missing an ult in a game like this where you have Goku Spirit Bomb, Kale Transformation, Kid Goku's ult can legit just nuke people. Hit's ult can make it really hard. Krillin will just nuke you. Cooler's ult is freaking insane. Probably the best ultimate in the game, if I'm going to be honest. Bojack just simply falls behind really badly. I know some of my friends are going to be like, no, Bojack's actually good. No, you just don't know how to play Bojack. No, he sucks. I've seen enough, I've killed enough Bojacks, I've played with enough Bojacks. Bojack sucks. Baby was gutted. He got absolutely annihilated in the balance patch notes. His lifesteal is nowhere near as good. His abilities are nowhere near as good. His His defense is just not as good anymore. He's the same character, but everything he does is just worse. And he's in a meta where Goku's damage buff from going Super Saiyan is insane. Kale will just nuke the guy that has you on him anyways, right? All of these top tier characters will simply make it impossible for him to like actually stand on his feet. Cooler can legit live every single interaction in the game, so he'll literally just burn through your ability. Then Baby becomes a fish. Baby's ultimate is also pretty mid in my opinion. I think it's like okay, but it takes a really long time to get going, and it's not that crazy when you use it, at least in my experience. I think Baby, obviously, he could be up here, like, best pick. Like, at one point, he was the best tank in the game, so it's definitely not hard for him to get back up there if they just really, like, overtune him. But I think right now, he definitely needs a little bit of a buff, but he's still in a good spot. He's still usable, right? You can use him against, like, a really good team and still win. It's just going to be much more difficult. Same thing with Cell. He doesn't really have the greatest mobility. Most of his abilities are honestly just mid. He has that one, his ult I also think is really bad, specifically for the reason that, like, it takes a while. It's super easy to get out of his ult. It doesn't do a lot of damage, and most importantly, you and your allies and the opponent team can still attack you through the barrier. It's like you guys can't leave, but then you can just get freaking nuked by a Kale, with her first and third ability, and it's just like, Cell can't do anything about it. And I guess you could say the exact same thing, but it's still not very good because it leaves him in a very small position that makes it super easy for him to just get fried the second he gets touched. So he definitely needs some buffs in my opinion. I can see him being good if they really buff up his stats. His healing is good. I think the way he transforms can also be really, really good. I think his stun, his stagger ability is really good in my opinion. Like, his stagger ability is really good, and then the heal ability when he gets attacked is also really good, but his ult is just kind of okay, and his first ability is just kind of okay. He doesn't do very much damage. His defense is just kind of okay, like his average for a tank is a bit better than like most of the DPSs, right? He's just not really worth running in my opinion. Compared to the other tanks, he's just not as good. In my opinion, right now, it's not like he sucks. He's just not as good as these other guys. I mean, Zamos is kind of in a similar boat, but he has a bit more utility to him. But yeah, that's S tier. That's S tier and the pretty much I guess F tier. Not really. The characters aren't F tier. They're really more like A tier. But to compete with these guys, they definitely need a buff. Next up, we're just gonna move on to S plus tier. Frieza. Most people probably think Frieza needs a buff, and I'm gonna say exactly why I don't think he needs a buff. I might throw in my friend Tori. He might speak on this, and I might just cut this part out of the video. But Frieza's very, very underrated. Zarbon is crazy damage-wise. He will just, like, you just place him in a position, they don't realize he's there, you pop your third ability, and he will literally just destroy everything. Frieza is a rat. He will just show up, push people back, destroy every boss. You're not even going to realize he was at the boss. You'll be freaking you'll just be in your lane, and then, oh, what the hell, Nappa just died because Frieza just showed up and killed him in 5 seconds. His ult isn't that good, but has a really fast cooldown, and if you use the first one, the Beerus card where it reduces cooldown on a Gekishin burst, instead of it being a 50-second cooldown, it'll be a 20-second cooldown. It'll make you go even faster on your resets with Zarbon and Dodoria. Dodoria is really good. He doesn't have the greatest attack, but his range and pushback is crazy good. His third ability gives him a huge speed boost to allies as well, but most importantly, it buffs Zarbon and Dodoria like crazy. His damage itself isn't very good. He has a lot of low HP, and he can absolutely get fried if people know what they're doing and are like really paying attention to Frieza. But like, Frieza is super easy to just play like a rat, cook people. My friend's gotten to A4 with Frieza. He's an absolute goat. I love playing it. I love playing the game when I have Frieza on my team. Super underrated character. Next up, Gohan. Gohan's a very similar boat. His staggers are really good. His ult does a lot more damage than you think it would. His buff is really good. His passive is really good. His Masenko has some really good damage, all things considered, and the pushback can be super useful. I think it's kind of like a double-edged sword. The pushback can be really good, or the pushback can be really bad, but it's a really good finisher move. It's a really good move for, you know, just getting people off of you. Gohan is really underrated. He looks way better than he did from the beta and the network test. Gohan's definitely a character you can work well in. I have another friend that plays Tech specifically, and he got Kid Gohan to B2 like exclusively, and he was absolutely frying everyone when we were playing on our games. His ult is crazy good as well. His synergy with a character like Goku or Kale is also really, really, really good. Super strong character Piccolo. Piccolo, some people would also probably... I could see Piccolo in S tier, to be honest, but I do think he is right here for a few reasons. He has really good mobility. I don't think anybody really thinks about this, but his mobility move is actually really good. His range is insane, and he also gets a boosted damage attack from it. Everything about Piccolo is he's kind of like Bojack if he were good, because he has a mobility attack, and all of his attacks are like from long range, and they just do crazy damage. Bojack just doesn't really have that. Piccolo just feels like a much better version of Bojack in my opinion, specifically because Hellzone Grenade is just crazy, and he has some good area control. It's not as good area control as Bojack, but it definitely does some damage. It has the slow, and I believe it also obstructs vision. I could be wrong on that. I don't see Piccolo too frequently, and I also am really good at avoiding it. But Piccolo is crazy. His special beam cannon will destroy bosses. It can literally one-shot a freaking Goku just for like walking into it on accident, right? A really good Piccolo can like legit look like his best character in DPS, but he has to be playing bottom lane with a good tank. So a Cooler, he's gonna want to play with Cooler. He's gonna want to play with Caulifla. Honestly, I think Cell could actually look really good because Cell could ult, and then you have special beam cannon that could just legit guarantee a kill or two, right? So he could be really good in a situation like that. But Piccolo right now, he's actually getting a buff too to his the Hellzone Grenade, which is just insane to me. The attack is already insanely good. I was kind of hoping they'd buff his second skill, but hey, this guy is going to be crazy. If you start getting one shot by Piccolo every game, do not be shocked. This guy is going to be a beast. He also gets his fully charged special beam cannon faster. This guy's going to be crazy good. Android 18 and Trunks, I'm kind of just going to group them together. They both have really good damage. I'd say Android 18 is a better early game. Trunks is very reliant on Super Saiyan, but Trunks' ult is a nuke. He'll legit just show up, pull up, do crazy damage. But he does have to snowball. If he gets one kill, he can kind of just kill everybody because his first skill is super, super good. His dash is really good range. It's instantaneous. His third ability obstructs vision. It doesn't have the craziest damage, but the vision obstruction is really good, especially if you pop an ult on someone. They can't really see what's going on. And his ult is crazy. It's a bit easy to kill him while he's doing it, so you have to kind of catch people off guard, right? You just use your second skill and then ult straight into them. The biggest issue with Trunks is he just has a really poor early game. He struggles to farm and do enough damage early on, but with Kid Gohan, honestly, he can kind of just cook people as well. Android 18 has a similar thing, but I'd say she's really good at being able to dive early on. So if she encounters a Kid Gohan, for example, or a Krillin, it's really easy for her to just get in there and destroy the person because of her abilities. Her Destructo Disc is really good. Her triple dash ability is really strong, and her ult as well will do a lot of damage. Very similar case to Trunks, except I would say almost the reverse of how he functions, where he does better later on and he's a snowball, and Android 18 just kind of shows up and puts in work early on and then does pretty well later on. I don't think either of these characters need a buff, except maybe Trunks. Trunks could use a bit of an HP buff in my opinion, an early game buff, and then maybe Android 18 gets like a buff to her ult or something. I don't really know what these characters need, but I think they're in a good spot. You can run them and you can absolutely dominate. So, you know, don't be afraid to run them. Have a good time with them. They'll be good. Gammas as well, I feel the same way. They're very basic. They don't really have any very many status effects. They don't have anything crazy. They do have the stagger. You have to be really good at managing their HP bars and their ult especially, right? Because if you ult and you have one of them dead, or you ult and like you're super low HP, you're just gonna get fried. You're gonna waste all your utility. You're gonna look like a total fraud. You got to be really good at how you use your utility and when you use your utility with them. Their core breaker pretty much one-shots like everybody in the game except for maybe Cooler and like a super, super buff Caulifla. Like, Caulifla just used her ult and hit you like 8 times, right? That's the only time I could really see him not one-shotting anybody, but their damage is crazy. They have really good sustain. They're just really hard to play and like make use of, like Kid Goku or, you know, just Goku and Kale. But I'd say they're definitely a DPS you can run, have a good time with, and definitely dominate, but they're going to take some good practice. I'd say all the DPS in S plus tier they can look like Z tier, but they just need some really good games, and you need to be really good and consistent with them, or else they could look honestly like an S tier character. Zamasu, really good sustainability. His pretty much endurance mechanic is really strong. The healing, he can solo a lane for a while, so he can pretty much go down there, solo a lane for a little bit. His ult is really good, gives him pretty much a few extra seconds of life, and does some pretty solid damage and some pretty solid range. And he has a lot of debuffs. He has a dash attack that pushes people back, and it also gets him away from people. Everything about Zamasu is pretty just good. He's in a good character. He has good stats. Like I said, his healing is good. He's just kind of a good character. There's not a lot to say about him. He's pretty basic. All of his abilities are pretty just solid. You can use him and he can do pretty well, although I do think Vegeta is just a better character. And obviously the top 2 tanks, but Zamasu's definitely good. If you're a huge Zamasu fan, you can definitely run this guy and have a good time. I'm sure he's really good in some comps with like a character like Dabra, because there's so much debuffs going on. Dabra can just sort of lock in and destroy everyone with his stone spit. But right now I think Zamasu's in a good spot. I don't really have a lot to say about him. Hit is a rat. His damage isn't anything like insane. His defense isn't anything crazy, but every one of his abilities is just annoying. His ultimate just makes it impossible for you to see anything. You're constantly thinking you're fighting something that you're not. You just can't tell what's going on. You can't see anything on the minimap, and his range on that ability is insane. He can pretty much go invisible all the time, and then he'll just show up and he'll do half your HP and then run away. He literally just plays like a rat. He's pretty much Frieza, except Frieza does really good against towers and bosses, while Hit is a rat against the player. So I think Hit is better because he's going to have way more control. And he's going to make it way easier to tilt a situation into your scenario, or into your like positive. I don't know. Like he'll be able to tilt a situation into your favor way easier than Frieza can. Frieza will be able to maybe clutch some games and like tilt a poor situation, but Hit will be the one that's like really dominating the game. I feel like he's a bit more advanced. You have to be really good at Hit to make him work, but I think he's also kind of a skill check character, so Hit can definitely be hard countered, but I definitely say I prefer running him over Gohan and Frieza. Oob is really good, but he's also very hard to play. The only difference between him is his ult is really easy to use, his abilities are really easy to use, and even if you're not good, you have 3 dashes to get away. So his utility is very, very, very strong. It's really easy for him to get out, and while he's kind of hard to play, kind of like these guys, he's not that difficult to get used to in the sense of being able to just kind of show up and destroy everyone you go up against. Oob is very, very powerful. I definitely recommend using him. He's very good in comps with Khalifa and Cooler. Kind of like everyone, but I'd say he's especially good because he can sort of just sit back behind them, and then if he somehow gets dived by a Trunks, Goku, or an Android 18, he has all the dashes to get away, and his ult is really good, especially if it turns them into candy. Dabra, very basic, very much debuff heavy. He wants to get in your face, stay in your face, slow you down, burn you. Pretty much Dabra is just there, and he's always in your face. He's always trying to do damage to you. He's always trying to make sure you can't get away from him, right? If you can get away from Dabra, he's not that good. He doesn't have any real good ways to catch up other than his spear with the movement speed debuff, but even then, he doesn't really have that fast a movement speed, so it's pretty easy to get away. His ult is really good if his ult can be really good. It has a decent range, has some decent damage. The debuff is really good in my opinion as well. Dabra is definitely a good character if you just want to pick up a character, get in their face, and get out if you need to. Just play Dabra. I highly recommend it. His ability is really good. He's really fun to play. I definitely recommend it. Mini Goku is definitely the hardest character to play in the game currently, in my personal opinion. You have to be really good at utilizing his Pansy Bomb. You have to be really good at utilizing his power pull attack with the defense buffs, or even just using it to activate Pansy. You have to be really good at being able to hit your Pansy at the right angle if they're far away, right, or if they're trying to run away. That can be really good. Glorio is super easy to use, especially with Pansy, but his damage is crazy. He's well worth the effort in my opinion. If you can get really good with with Mini Goku, you're just going to be destroying everyone. It's super easy to just destroy everyone early game because his damage is just simply that crazy. His range is really good, so it's going to be super hard to run away from him as well if you nuke him. He is getting a rush attack buff, which I think he needed. It's really hard for him to secure kills sometimes if he's on the long ability cooldown, because his rush attack damage is simply underwhelming. But I think after this, he could definitely easily move up to this. Right? He's looking really, 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 really good right now. A lot of people just don't know how to use him, which is why a lot of people think he sucks. But if you get good at Diamond Goku and you just like learn how to use the character, get a hang of his abilities, how to hit it, how to use his ult, especially his ult will do a lot of damage. His ult is a nuke. But it's really hard to hit consistently. If you can get really good with Diamond Goku, he is definitely a meta character. Vegeta is crazy good on Superstar, especially. His first ability has a pretty much 3-second recharge time. It might be 4. Either way, 3 seconds is unbelievably fast. Has really good range. The attack speed is kind of early on. His damage on it isn't the most insane, but he's constantly healing. The recharge time is crazy, so he's getting more and more overshield. And on top of this, it also makes it really easy for him to just show up and nuke towers because he has a super fast cooldown ability that can also just be used to catch people running away. Vegeta is super basic, super easy to use. Photon Bomber isn't the greatest skill, but sometimes it can catch people. It can make it a bit easier to get them closer or stall them a little bit so you can catch up to them and get the kill. His third ability, it's solid. The pushback is nice, but you have to hit it for the shield buff. So if someone's prepared for it, someone has a dash, they can kind of use it as an opportunity to get away. You can't really do much about it. Photon Bomber usually won't catch up to them unless they're playing a really slow character. Vegeta's ult is also really good in my opinion. It covers a really wide radius, larger than Spirit Bomb. Its damage isn't that crazy, but it gives him so much shield. It's really good in a fight. It'll make him, you can pretty much use the ult at any time in a fight, and it'll pretty much return it into your favor super easily. So if you want a very easy, basic, fun tank to play that's also very dominant, run Vegeta. Please, I'm posting my video tomorrow with all the gameplay on Vegeta. Vegeta is crazy good. I was down playing this guy. I think originally I had him down here. I actually thought he needed buffs. Nah, I started using this guy today and yesterday. This guy's a menace, absolute menace. He's crazy good. Please run Vegeta. That's all of Z tier. I think all these characters in Z tier are, you can run them and you'll just be destroying everyone if you're good. But best picks is like pretty much Z plus tier. Like these are like the dominant characters. Krillin and Android 17 are both really good at the jobs. Krillin is really good at just trapping and being obnoxious, making it really hard for people to get away, making it really hard for people to actually like know what's going on. His ult is really good and his damage is crazy. His traps are crazy. He's super good at, like, if you really enjoy playing a character who just likes to sit back and just annoy people while also just having the potential to nuke them in 2 seconds, run Krillin. He's really good, his damage is really good, his utility is really good. Krillin is a very strong character. Android 17 is still really good offensively. His first and second ability are super powerful. Utility wise, the first one will actually be able to do a lot of damage, especially once you max it out. Hitting all 3 of those skills is really good, and him also having the second ability is super nice. It can allow him to double barrier, it can allow him to stun, it can allow him to pretty much just nuke everyone. Super good. The main really good thing about Android 17 is his ult, the anti-heal on enemies, and then also the heal for yourself and your team. It does a lot of damage if you're really low HP as well. You can just use this ult and completely tilt a fight into your scenario, or into your favor. I keep saying scenario. Into your favor. His third ability, his barrier, I think it's good. I don't think it's very good, but it can definitely keep people alive. It can keep you in the fight a little bit longer. It makes it easier to win some earlier interactions, and it also does have that heal buff if you use it the second time. So Android 17 is a very easy character to play, but you have to play with your team. You have to be playing really well, and if you're a really good Android 17, he will just destroy everyone. Android 17 is definitely a really good character. Definitely recommend playing him. Obviously, he is one of the best, if not the best, tech character in the game. So definitely hop on Android 17 if you want to do your final day push today, or your like last few hour push on tech. Then maybe like B4, C4, A4, whatever you're doing. Play Android 17. Kale is crazy. Her first ability is insanely good. I have no idea what they were thinking when making it. Her second ability is a really good snipe. Super easy to just destroy everything in its path, or you need to finish off a kill. Boom, go in there, use the second ability, charge it up really quick, it does insane damage. The third ability is very slow, but if you use it with the first ability, it's literally a nuke. It can one-shot characters like Dabra, it'll one-shot a mini Goku, it'll one-shot a Frieza, a Gohan, a Boo, Bojack, everyone like that's like Z tier and below, it'll one-shot them, and even then it's kind of one-shotting Krillin and Android 17. Kale is not very tanky, but her damage is honestly probably the best damage in the entire game. The issue is she's just not as tanky, and her ult can be pretty easily staggered out of. Speaking of her ult is insane. If you just get in someone's face, if you play with Vegeta, or in fact, if you play with any tank, and the tank just uses Rildo, you just Rildo, and then you use Kale ult, and they legit cannot do anything. You're just going to nuke their health, and then you're going to make it literally impossible for them to do anything. Kale is not very hard to use, and she's very, 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 very strong. Goku is up next. I think he is very easily the best DPS in the game. His Kamehameha is ridiculously powerful. He's broken on Super Start. Kaioken is a really good ability to get out of situations, to catch up to people, and it also buffs his abilities. Spirit Bomb, I don't think I really need to explain it. Spirit Bomb's pretty weak on level 1 and 2. However, once you get to level 3, or if you catch it on a boss, it'll really nuke a boss. If you can somehow catch on someone, like I said, with the taunt on Rildo, they're just gonna get destroyed. If you time it perfectly on someone who just transformed, they're gonna get destroyed. Right, Goku's damage is really, really, really OP, and he has a very fast cooldown, almost as fast as Vegeta's first skill on his second skill, which is a dash, making it easy for him to catch up, making it easy for him to get away. On top of this, he has the Super Saiyan transformation, which is a heal and a huge, huge, huge damage buff. Goku has everything you want in a DPS character, especially in the damage department. His Kamehameha will absolutely destroy everyone in the game. It'll even destroy characters like Cooler and Caulifla, especially if you use your helper and you get Snowball. If you get Snowball stacks with this guy, he's pretty much impossible to lose with. I could see him on a tier with Cooler, but I think I'll leave him in best picks and rolls because he can definitely get destroyed early on if you lose that first interaction. But Goku with like any fair bit of game sense and skill will destroy absolutely everybody. Next up we have Caulifla, the second best tank in the game. I could honestly see Vegeta moving up here as well. However, the reason why I have Caulifla up here is because I think her damage is overall better and she's definitely more consistent. Her early game tanking is a bit stronger. Her second ability makes it way easier to catch up. Photon Bomber is not a very good catch-up tool or chase tool. And on top of that, Caulifla has the damage buff, a 30% damage buff, just like Goku does when she transforms. Having a transformation right now is just really, really, really strong because it gives heal mid-fight, immunity mid-fight, so you can have somebody waste an ult or waste a Spirit Bomb, for example, and you'll just be right back in their full HP. Her first ability has crazy range, and the debuff is really good, really fast cooldown. Her second ability does pretty good damage, really fast cooldown. Her third ability is honestly kind of mid. It has solid pushback, but the range early on is really bad, and it doesn't have very good damage. I don't even think it inflicts provoked. I might be wrong on that, but I think her third ability is definitely the most underwhelming. But her first, second, and ult are really strong. Her ult covers a huge range. She gets immunity to stun, pretty much, and she has really fast movement speed. Her damage is crazy good. Everything about Caulifla on her ult is really, really strong. You can use it to get away while still getting the defense buff and, getting the provoked buff. She's just super, super strong, and her damage is honestly not even that bad, especially for a tank. She might have better damage than Cooler, honestly, as a tank, but she's really, really good. If you want to win any of her games and you don't really care what character you're playing, you just want to win, run any of these 5 characters, or be a Giga Chad, get Cooler as your first character, and then just destroy everyone. Cooler is insanely good. I don't know what they were thinking when they released this guy. His passive buff is crazy. All of his abilities getting a buff. Him being getting a defense buff. Him being a tank with a transformation that also gives him insane HP. Having a laser beam that legit shoots all the way across the screen that also burns and has ridiculously good damage is unacceptable. I don't know why they released this character with that ability, but he's crazy good. His damage is good. He literally has an aura ability where he just sits there, aura farms on you, you get slow debuffed, and he gets buffed from it. You can't do anything about it. It doesn't even have bad damage. His range is crazy good. Makes it impossible to run. And he can speed up while using it. So using Cooler is pretty much just a free win. He has a Photon Bomber on crack. It guaranteed pulls everyone in there. Has a Spirit Bomb level range, and it does actually good damage. His second ability is legit. I don't know what they were thinking with his second ability, if I'm going to be honest. It pretty much grabs people, pulls them away, and it takes them back the other way behind you. You just use your aura ability, you use your freaking laser beam, you use your ult. They can't do anything. Its damage is really good. It goes through walls pretty much. Everything about Cooler is just really good. If you just want a character that you can legit just go in there and feel like you're destroying everyone, run Cooler. Cooler is like by far the best tank in the game, by far the best character in the game. I think Cooler is genuinely a character who needs to be nerfed. I think all of these characters could go with a nerf, if anything, but Cooler needs a nerf. Cooler needs a nerf. His HP is too high, his damage is too high, his abilities are way too good. Everything he does is just way too good. I hope you guys enjoyed my Yap session. I will definitely be dropping some more Gekishin Squadra gameplay. I have a bunch recorded. It's just I've been really busy with a lot of stuff in my personal life. I know I have a lot of time in the game, but I've really just been trying to play the game and have a good time, and sometimes editing is really boring. So I definitely plan on, stepping it up, actually making content on the game now. I'm past the phase where I'm just trying to enjoy it. Only, I do really want to make content in this game. So I hope you guys really did enjoy this video. Please like and subscribe. I know everyone says it, but please, I seriously appreciate it. I already have a pretty small community in my Discord server, which I will be linking in the description below. Please join it. I'd really appreciate it. I would love to talk to more people. I would love to play with more people. I'm going to start streaming on Twitch. I want to start playing with everyone. I got drops on, right? Please, come follow me, come talk to me, come play with me. I will adore every single one of you. Please, just like and subscribe. I hope you all have a very blessed day, and I hope you all enjoyed the tier list. Peace.